Yo, what's going on, fellas? Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Listen, in today's video, we're going to be reviewing this Hex Gaming PS5 controller. This thing's got tons of features, 4 paddles, hair triggers, and tons more. We're going to go over the settings and the binds that I'm using. And if you please watch the full video, it would help out the channel way more than you would think. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Alrighty boys, so first things first, we're going to get a close-up detailed look at this controller. Now I did customize this myself on the Hex Gaming website, and there's tons of really cool different designs that you can do with it, but we're just going to quickly go over some of the features of this controller. So first of all, this controller does come with extra thumbsticks. So if you like concave or if you like dome thumbsticks, you can use either of those. Obviously I am using Control Freak, so I just have the regular PS4 thumbsticks on there. And on the back, we got a lot going on. So first of all, I do want to say this is my scroll wheel. This is how I use scroll wheel reset. And I actually wasn't going to do this, but I am going to make a full video about this thing, so we will talk about that at a later date. So make sure you subscribe to see that video. So we got 2 paddles and 2 buttons on the back of this controller. These 2 paddles right here are mouse click buttons, so they feel like you're clicking on a mouse whenever you press them. And then you also have these 2 buttons right here, which are just regular buttons. And then for the triggers, we have hair click triggers. Look how much of a throw this is. It's literally nothing. It just feels literally just like a regular button click, and it feels so nice whenever you're editing. And same thing goes with the bumpers. They're super clicky and super short throw. There's no pressing it all the way down. They don't feel like mouse buttons, but they are really clicky. They're definitely my favorite feature about this controller. And this controller also comes with a ton of paperwork, and it also includes a 3-month warranty whenever you buy it. Now, the build quality of this controller is really solid. It feels super nice in your hands, and it's not super heavy. Now, this controller seems super awesome, but there is one thing that I definitely don't like about this controller, and it's the way that the paddles are set up on the back. So obviously, these 2 paddles are super easy to click, but these 2 buttons in the middle, you can't click them without using your middle finger. You can't use any other finger. So for an example, if you wanted to use 4 fingers to press these paddles, you would have to have your ring finger here and your middle finger on here. But if we did that, this is where my hands would sit on the actual controller. So you pretty much have to use all 4 of the inputs on the back with only 2 fingers, which is definitely a flaw to me because I'm used to using these 2 fingers on the back of my controller for my paddles. But of course, with just some getting used to it, wouldn't be a huge deal. So I am pretty much only using the 2 paddles on the back, not all 4, just because I'm not used to it. But other than that, I love this controller. It's amazing. So next we gotta talk about these triggers. These triggers are literally the nicest triggers I've ever felt on any controller, period. They feel absolutely amazing while building and editing, and it's so responsive and super clicky. I love them. I wish every controller had these bumpers and triggers. It's just so nice. And now let's talk about these joysticks. These joysticks come with anti-friction rings on the bottom, so they feel super nice and super smooth. And even if I go to a 5 dead zone and apply that, you can see that there is absolutely 0 stick drift. Now comparing this to my Elite controller, I play on about 8 or 9% dead zone, and I still do get drift stick on this right stick. But hopefully this lasts the test of time. So now that we've kind of gone over most of the features of this controller, we are going to go over the binds and the settings that I use for this controller. So hopping right in, I do use a little bit of a faster sensitivity that I usually use. It's 2.1 build and edit, and I use 40% on my look horizontal and vertical. I don't use any boosts. Then 10% for my ADS speed and 0.9 seconds of boost ramp time on that. And for the dead zone, I use anywhere between 8 to 10% on the right stick. My left stick dead zone is on 12% because my Elite Series 2 does have drift. So I would put this probably around, 6 or 7 around there, but we're just going to keep that at 12 for now. And then of course, enable foot controller off. Now moving on to the binds of this controller. So I'm going to show you what my in-game settings are and what my paddle binds are that I'm using for this. So down left stick is my switch mode, and I have edit on X, toggle pickaxe on O, jump on square, reload/interact on triangle. My tactical sprint is left on the D-pad, and build controls is the same thing. Now edit controls, I select with R2, I reset with my right bumper, and I confirm everything with my left bumper. And of course, there's the rest of my dead zone. So now we're going to talk about my paddle binds. So my left paddle is jump, and my right paddle is edit, and then my inner left back button here is my reload/interact, and my inner right button is my pickaxe. And if this had 4 paddles, like these 2 paddles here and then 2 more here, these 2 paddles would be down here. That's what my Xbox binds are. So if I had to rate this controller 0 out of 10, I would definitely give this controller a solid 9.5. It's definitely one of the nicest controllers I've ever used. And if you want to pick one up, I'll leave a link down in the description. If you made it to this part of the video, comment in the comments Hex Gaming Controller. I want to see who actually watches my full videos and who the real ones are. And if you get a heart from me, that just means I seriously appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy the one on screen. So go ahead and click it, and I'll see you in there. Much love, yo. Peace.